Alright, everybody. Quick and easy video for the day. I just spent a lot of this day today that I am recording this, editing a video which will be coming out on March 6th because it's March 3rd or March 5th that I'm recording this. So, in place, because I can tell that it's going to be very, very tough to do a video a day, I'm just going to pop a quick tier maker video just to pop in right after. And here we have a tier list of all the Halo games. Oh shit. Chat, we gotta get a new one. Give me a sec here. Alright. We found a new one. Okay, we found a new one. The last one didn't have Halo Infinite stuff, but we found a new one. So this is the Halo game tier list, literally all of them. And we're gonna start with Halo CE. First, the OG. I'm giving it a solid good. My issue with Halo CE is because it came out in 2001. And let's be real here. Let's be real, come on. The game came out in 2001 and really just isn't anything special, especially nowadays, given considered its competition with the rest of these Halo games here. It gets a good score, very good score. The next game we've got on this list is going to be Halo 2. Halo 2 right here, baby. This game, amazing. Story, amazing. Obviously the graphics, the game came out in 2004, but the story, amazing. The multiplayer, amazing. There was like no issues, at least for me, there was no issues for Halo 2. A lot of people didn't like the fact that Arbiter was there more than the Master Chief, but I love the Arbiter, so he's definitely getting an amazing score for Halo 2. Then Halo 3. This one's tough. This one's tough, man. This one's tough. Because I want to give it the godly score. Yeah, I'm going to give it the godly score. Halo 3 encapsulated everything that everybody loved from Halo CE and Halo 2, and it combined it into one beautiful game that wrapped up the story of the original Halo trilogy. So I'm going to have to give it a godly tier. Obviously, in response to that, I gotta give Halo Reach a godly tier. It is my favorite game. It is the best Halo story out of them all. And I mean, I'm replaying Halo Reach right now. How could I not love Halo Reach? It is the game I grew up with. It is the game I played the most out of all the Halo games. I played Halo Reach the most. So it gets a solid godly tier. Obviously, after that, we gotta go with Halo 4. It's gonna get a solid good score. Again, Halo 4 is kind of like Halo CE. It had a lot better when it came to story, because it was a lot more three-dimensional than it was one-dimensional. But the changes that it introduced into the franchise were just not necessary. And on top of that, I mean, it just wasn't great. I mean, it wasn't meh, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great, and it just gets a solid good score. The multiplayer was kind of ass, I'll admit. I did not like that Call of Duty Halo type multiplayer, so it definitely just sits out good. But one game we can't ignore is Halo 5. Halo 5, honestly, it gets a bad. I don't think any Halo game is necessarily garbage, but I think Halo 5 just gets a solid bad. I mean, it's a little bit worse than meh, because it's a game we can't really ignore, so it just kind of gets a bad. The story overall, it was just kind of meh. It was pretty bad. The multiplayer was good, I'll admit the multiplayer was good, and that's one of its saving graces from being garbage, was the multiplayer was really good, but that's like after it was fully released and fully fixed. Upon release, this game was garbage. But now, considering like right now in 2024, honestly, I give it a solid bad score. I don't think I think the story wise, when like comparing to other stories, it's good. But comparing to other Halo stories, it's pretty bad. And the multiplayer, I mean, the multiplayer is pretty good, I'll admit that, but that's about it for Halo 5. Now, I'm going to go with Halo Wars 2 first. I'm going to give it a good score as well. The reason why I got to give it a good score is just because it's not an FPS game. It's got a great story. I like the way it plays, but I'm not an RTS player, so I have to give it just a good score. It does stand out a lot compared to the other Halo games, aside from being an RTS game, because it was the first to introduce the Banished, and also Jerome is badass. But it doesn't stand out enough to be given the great. You know what I'm saying? But I do love like a lot of the things in Halo Wars 2. So yeah, good. But Halo Wars, it's the OG, so it's also getting good. I think the only thing that really stops Halo Wars was the fact that it was an RTS. I think if it was a first-person game, it would have been a lot better. So I just give it a good score. And I mean, it's not really played by a lot of people because a lot of people are just casual FPS shooter game fans. So that's what they're gonna do, is they're just gonna play the shooter games only, and they're just not gonna play these two games. So that's fair. For me personally, being a Halo nerd, I just love these games, so they get to get put where I get to put them. Okay. Halo 3 ODST, it gets an amazing. Obviously, this game was absolutely amazing. I could say that from the bottom of my heart. The story, the music, I love the design of the ODST armor as well. These guys are just OGs, man. These are the original gangsters right here, dude. And the smooth jazz, oh my god, the smooth jazz. It was amazing. Absolutely loved it. I would put it at godly, except for the fact that it has Halo 3's kind of gameplay. The only thing I don't like about Halo 3, and the same thing with Halo 3 ODST, is because it's the same engine, same game pretty much, is just how responsive the AR feels and how it feels and sounds, weapons feel and sound against enemies. But I can't have that same complaint about Halo Infinite, which I also give it the amazing score. I think Halo Infinite is the best out of all Halos, except for Halo Reach. I really have one complaint about Halo Infinite, and that's the multiplayer. So that's kind of where it is a bit shit. But when talking about the story and the campaign and the feel of the guns and like just the multiplayer feel and how it plays, and not just, you know, how bad the multiplayer is on maps and guns and armors and stuff like that, I think Halo Infinite gets an amazing score, especially in the place that it is right now. It is definitely an amazing score and is one of the best video games in 2024 at this moment. Helldivers is up there too, but this is a Halo video. Get that out of here. If I was to recommend you playing Halo Infinite, I think, you know, Halo Infinite doesn't have the issues that Halo 3 and Halo 3 ODST has with the gunplay, and it has the amazing story that Halo Reach does, getting you into the feels, but it's not like so amazing like Halo Reach. Like Halo Reach, it had that plot twist at the end where Noble Six dies. Halo Infinite doesn't have that. I know, you guys. Spoiler alert. So it's not like the best story, but it's definitely the best when it comes to gunplay, and that's where it definitely sits at amazing. Halo 2 had an amazing story as well, and I think the only issue that anybody really has with Halo 5 story is it doesn't fully continue off of the Halo 5 story. But for me, a guy that is obsessed with Halo, I've recognized and I can understand, and I actually love the idea, the way 343 went with it, where they kind of restarted the story kind of like how Halo CE starts, but all the story beats that you miss are also explained through the story, and you can also find them through the story logs, which I think is pretty cool. A lot of people complain, like, why didn't they just explain that themselves? Well, sometimes when you're writing a story and you're trying to explain the points up until the actual story, it just becomes bland. And so that's where I feel Halo Infinite is just a very good game, and I gotta give it the amazing score. But I can't give that same score for Halo Spartan Assault. This game shouldn't exist, and I'm giving Spartan Strike the same thing too, because they're basically the same game. They shouldn't exist. I know, I get the idea of what they were going for, but they just shouldn't exist. And I know a lot of people are gonna be like, "Well, hey, they're good games." It's yeah, if you're into that, and they're so weird and so different and so their own thing that they're kind of forgotten about. I bought both Spartan Assault and Spartan Strike, and then I couldn't re-download Spartan Strike again because the App Store took it off the App Store, and Spartan Assault's just kind of meh. And now that I've grown up, I don't really play these games anymore, so I don't think they really should exist. But hey, another game I don't think should exist, just kidding, is a meh game. Halo Raven Strike, Raven Team, Fireteam Raven. I played this in the arcade and wasted too much money on it because you don't get arcade tickets from this game. It's literally just you pay arcade tickets to play the game and you get nothing out of it other than just the experience. But it was really fun, actually. I think it was really, really fun, and I spent the whole time there playing the whole entire game, and I think it was really, really fun. Story-wise, it was really, really fun. Arcade-wise, yeah, it was really, really fun. But I really wish this was in Halo Master Chief Collection, and it was just not a arcade game like it is in here. Even though this is very interesting that it's an arcade game, I wish it was just an actual first-person shooter. I think that would have given it maybe a higher score. I don't know. But a game that doesn't really get that high score is the Atari Halo. Man, I don't know how many times I have to tell people that this game exists, because nobody knows it exists, and it gives the garbage. It shouldn't exist. Actually, yeah, you know what? It gets the shouldn't exist. It shouldn't exist. And yeah, well, we round this up with Halo Master Chief Collection obviously getting the godly tier score. I don't know who would not give it that godly tier score. This game was absolutely amazing. It was so much fun, and I can't even say it was. So if we're rating MCC off of the game that it natively comes with, Halo 2 Anniversary, 10 out of 10. Amazing. Godly, even. But I'll say amazing because it's just Halo 2, but it's repackaged and it looks so beautiful. Halo 2 Anniversary is amazing. And then the 60 frames per second on Halo 3, Halo Reach, and the new graphics updates and all that, it's just so nice. And since it has Halo 3, Halo Reach, Halo 2, 4, Halo CE, I think it gets the godly tier. I really hope soon that they add Halo 5 Guardians. I really doubt they will, but I really hope they do, because I feel, just personally, that if they throw in Halo 5 Guardians, Master Chief Collection is going to be pretty much complete. So the only Halos you will need to have downloaded on your computer is Halo Master Chief Collection and Halo Infinite. And then when Halo 6 comes out, Halo Infinite's campaign will go into MCC. I think that would be very, very cool. Obviously, that's going to just keep upping and upping and upping the gigabytes that are in Halo Master Chief Collection, but hey, I understand why they don't, because Halo 5 and Halo Infinite respectively are both 50 gigabytes, and Halo MCC already is 130 gigabytes, so I understand why they don't. But hey, they should. Definitely should. But hey, that's my tier list. This is the only correct tier list of Halo. Again, Halo 5 is not inherently a bad game. It is just the worst Halo first-person shooter that there is, but it's not the worst Halo game because several, it's just a few, Halo Spartan Assault, Spartan Strike, and Halo 2600 are the very bottom. Who plays Atari games, bruh? Come on, who plays them? But hey, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below, and if you disagree with me, you're wrong. Peace out, boys.